Now we will discuss what are the six principles of scheduling or maintenance scheduling. Basically, as we have discussed that what is maintenance. So basically, maintenance means to protect the machineries, to protect the equipments by the failures. Now, what is maintenance scheduling? Planning helps to complete the job in the best way. But on the other hand, scheduling increase efficiency thanks to enhancement of task organizations. It is based on these principles. Basically, scheduling means which you have planned, we have to work after the planning, we have to execute these plans by the help of scheduling and how to increase the efficiency of these plans. Okay, so number one is schedule and uh, exhaustive work plan. What is exhaustive work plans is it means those plans are complicated. We have to schedule as per the work plan. We have to maintain a proper work plan for these kind of plans. The work plan should include all the indispensable pieces of information such as number of technicians required, the minimum level of competence required, and information on job durations. Next is how to define a weekly schedule or its priorities. A weekly schedule helps to develop a program to enhance the productivity. Okay, while defining priorities in advance assures that critical situations are solved first. Next is how to design a program based on time and highest skills available. Now, as per the planning, we have to make a design that, or we can say, we have to maintain how much time is required and what are the highest skills are available for us for these maintenance. Preparing a plan, it is necessary to take into account the working hours required to accomplish the task, the technician skills, and the work plans activities in order to understand the amount of work that every day the group can complete. Assign the work for every available hours. Now, we have to assign the work. As we maintain the schedule, now we assign the work to the workers or maintenance team that you have to work as per these plans or these schedules. Scheduling according to effectively working hours available, avoid an over or under planning. Make a team leader for managing field operations. Here, what we do, there are some parts and components, those are working on the fields. As suppose we are producing or we are working for our infrastructures, okay, and that is another location of particular organization. So what we do, there are another machines or there are some field works are going. So how will you check these machines? You have sent up some team leaders for that, for the maintenance. He assigned the daily work of these workers according to their skills, work order requirements, and he take note of the progress. Now, in addition to this, he has to handle emergencies and the reschedule of assigning if necessary. Now, we have to handle all the emergencies which have occurred on another locations or another plans. Now, measure performance according to your schedule. Scheduling is successful when the weekly program has been followed and complete. Now we will measure our performance which we have done. We will measure this performance as per the schedule which have we have made. Or scheduling is successful when the weekly program has been followed. The planning, we will checking the schedules or we will check the overall performance as per the scheduling. Now, another very important topic is inventory management. Basically, what is inventory? and what are the management functions are involved to maintain an inventory. It's called inventory management. So basically, what is inventory management? Let's read about it. Inventory management involves the development and administration of policies, systems, and procedures which will minimize the total cost related to the inventory decisions, and various functions such as customer services, requirements, production scheduling, purchasing, etc. It means inventory management are those type of management which involves development and administration of the policies, systems and procedures which will minimize the total cost related to inventory decisions, and various functions such as customer service requirement, production scheduling, and purchasing, etc. As we know that in each and every part of the organization, where it is purchasing, where it is producing, where it is warehousing, we need a proper management of these types of materials. Okay, it means we have already read what is material handling. Now, here we are discussing about the inventory. It means either it is raw material or it is a finished good, or we can say we have to maintain the proper. We can say we have a proper management of these kind of proper store management or inventory management. It means we have to supply our products in the market when it is required. Okay, we have a proper scheduling, we have a proper management of these inventories by the help of production scheduling or purchasing, raw material availability, and the finished good availability. If we have, then we have to send a particular finished good in the market as soon as possible without any barrier. That is called inventory management. Inventory management refers to the process of ordering, storing, tracking, and controlling a company's inventory. It means uh, how much material is required for the company, where should I store these raw materials, where should we track these raw materials, how to control a company's inventory. This comes under inventory management. It includes raw material, components, and finished products. Means raw material management is also called inventory, components management is also called inventory, and finished product is also called inventory or warehouses. The goal of inventory management is to ensure that a company has the right amount of inventory at the right time to meet customer demand, while minimizing the cost associated with holding inventories. It means uh, we have to maintain overall production, overall inventories as per the customer demand, as per the market demand. We have to send the right product to the right person at the right time, at the right place. So, this is called the inventory management. So you can see a diagram over here that there is a truck, overloaded truck over there, and how the overall material has supplied to different units, and how the different personnels are, we can say, checking that how much material is received, either it is in a good in a right quantity at the right place at the right time or not. We have to put it in the almirahs, or we have to put it in the racks as per the demand, or send the through the containers from one place to another place, or as per we can say through the raw material handling or material handling, and everything are included, we can say, in a particular place. You can see and you can understand what is inventory management, how the raw material received, how the finished good could go, we can say, from your particular place, or how you can receive and how you can send the products. In inputs and outputs management is also called an inventory. Now you can see in this diagram that What is inventory? The purchasing, the production, and transfer all are go through the stock in. Okay. Now, after the stock in, we have to send this stock out for the selling, raw materials, transfer out, and shrinkages. So, this is also called inventory management. In this diagram, you can see there are number of racks over there, and a particular person is checking that uh, in each and every rack is full of raw materials or finished goods, or we can check that how much quantity is required to a single particular area or single particular rack, what types of material are over there, and each and everything is properly maintained. Now, what is the objective of inventory management? These are some objectives on which inventory management works. These are the overall functions or objectives of the inventory management. So, maintain a interdependency of the operations. Here, we maintain a proper interdependency. We know that each and every unit is interdependence. Okay, we have, if we are a production unit, we are dependent on the material handlers, we are dependent on the operationals, sub personnels, we are dependent on the workers, we are, no, that is called the interdependency, and each and every person are linked with each other in the organization. Next is to meet variation in the demand. Okay, we have to check that as per the demand, either we are up to the mark of the variations. If there are number of variations, you have to reduce these variations. Okay, and you have to work as per the demand. To allow production schedule flexibility, yes, we have to plan or we have to work in the inventory management as per the production schedule flexibility. To allow means if the raw material is properly arranged, or we have to need it, then we will send it in just in time uh, concept. Okay, do not wait for the raw material, and each and every operation is going smoothly with full of flexibility is called the inventory management, or it is a proper objective of the inventory management, that the availability, and we have to fulfill the availability of the particular organization. Next is to provide a safeguard for variations. Here we are giving a proper safeguard for the variation in the raw material deliveries. Yes, here we have to maintain a proper record, or we have to maintain that if there are number of variations, we have to reduce these variations, or we have to work on that the raw material in all the units are going in a proper manner. Which suppose if we are cutting the material, or if any unit is working or pressing the material, so uh, there should be proper managed as per the demand. Next is to take advantages of economic purchase order size. Here we have advantage of each and every unit to produce or as per the order size. Suppose another company is asking for the production and says that you have to produce 1000 units in 1 month, so you have to work as per the demand of that particular unit. Next is there are some cost which is involved in the inventory management. We have a number of cost over here which is involved in to maintain a proper inventory. Okay, let's discuss point to point. Number one is ordering cost. What is ordering cost? Ordering cost means there are these costs incurred every time an order is placed to replenish inventory. These includes expenses like administrative work, order processing, transportations, and receiving goods. It means ordering cost means when you need raw material and you ordered to the raw material companies that you have to arrange that kind of material for us in at that time. Okay, and you have to transport this material to our organization as fast as possible, or raw material cannot damage in between the supplying. Okay, when you are supplying, raw material should be in a proper manner that cannot we can say damaged during the we can say transportation. Okay, so that is called the ordering cost, in which there are number of personnels involved in ordering cost. Administrative works comes under the ordering cost, order processing, transportation, and when you are receiving the goods, that also called these works are comes under the ordering cost. Next is carrying cost. Carrying cost means when you are holding the material, that is called carrying cost. It is also known as holding cost. There are costs associated with storing and maintaining inventories. Okay, after the receiving of the material, you have to procure these material for a long purposes. So this is called the storing and maintaining inventory cost over a time. This include storage space. How much space do you have? If you don't have enough space, you have to take the space on rent, and you have to pay the rent to that person through which you have taken the space or a store. Okay, as you know that each and every where is it is a small shop, but they also have a store for maintaining the raw material. Now, maintaining inventories over a period, they include storage spaces, insurances. Okay, you have an insured place. Next is how much taxes you are paying for these stores. Next, the cost related to the depreciation and obsolescence of the good. If the cost is, we can say, if you are putting the storage for a long time, the ordering, we can say, the cost of that material will reduced. Okay, so you have to save this material as per the thing you have to consider in your mind, that that particular cost related to the appreciation or obsolescence of the goods. Next is capital cost. Capital cost means this refers to the cost of the capital invested in the inventories, such as interest on borrowed funds or the opportunity cost of the fund used to purchase the inventories. It means that type of cost which is involving, or we can say you have invested on that. Okay, to purchase a particular space, or the interest which is generated by that type of place, or we can say how much fund you have borrowed from the banks, or how much the opportunity cost of this particular area, or that kind of raw material of the funds used to purchase the inventories. It means you have invested to purchase the inventories, so that is called capital cost. Next one is storage space cost. It means these costs are related to the physical spaces required to store inventories. This can include rent, utilities, and maintenance of the storage capacity. What does it mean? It means that all the physical spaces required to store inventory. This inventory is called store inventory. This can include rent, this can include utilities, this can include maintenance of the storage capacity or space cost. Next is inventory services cost. What does it mean? It means this category include costs related to managing inventories such as insurance, security, and handling fees, or person who is working for the services or who is providing services on inventories are called inventory service cost. Next is material handling equipment cost. It means these are those costs which is associated with the equipments used to handle and move inventories within the storage facility, such as forklifts, conveyor belts, and other machineries. Uh, for handling the material, you have different machineries. Okay, either this is your own machineries or you have taken on the rent. If you have taken on the rent, you have to pay that this rent to another person. So this is called equipment cost. Okay, if you are it is your machineries, then you have invested on them. So it means it is also have some cost. Next is inventory risk cost. What is inventory risk cost is? These costs stem from risk like obsolescence, theft, damages, depreciation that can occur while the inventory is being held. For a long time, if you are saving the particular raw material, whether it is machines, whether it is chemicals, whether it is assets. So the cost of these material will, we can say, will go down if it is we can say, suppose you have stored a number of denim material, okay, but the demand of denim material is reduced in the market. So this denim material cost will reduce, or that can create a risk for you because it is having cost, but the overall cost is damaging. Either you can see, then we can say that the risk is also called if the particular storage caught fire, or the thief has stolen some items from their places, or the product quality has, you can say, the raw material quality is going down. So this is called the inventory risk cost. Next one is out of stock cost. What does it mean? It means also known as stock out cost. These costs incurred when inventory is not available to meet customer demand. It means you have a lot of inventory, lot of finished good, but the customer need is not as per your demand. Okay, so this is a almost waste or out of stock material, which is not going for the selling. So this is called out of stock cost. These can include lost sales, expedited shipping fees for rush orders, and potential loss of customer goodwills. Next one is capacity cost. Capacity cost means these costs are related to the maximum storage and processing capacity of a facility. They include expenses for maintaining or increasing storage and handling capabilities to ensure the facility can meet the demand fluctuation. Means you have capacity to maximize your storage. Okay, you have capacity to facilitate your customers. So this is called capacity cost, and it means you are handling capabilities for meeting or to ensure your customer that we have products for the selling, or we have some another things for selling, or as per the demand fluctuation. So this is called capacity cost. Now the next topic is inventory management and control. Overlook of the cost. I hope each and every cost you have understand, and you can write about it. What is ordering cost? Just recall it. What is carrying cost? What is capital cost? What is storage space cost? What is inventory services? What is material handling equipment cost? What is inventory risk cost? What is out of stock cost? And what is capacity cost? Now, move towards inventory management and control. As we know that inventory or maintain inventory is a very crucial function of each and every organization, because without any raw material we cannot we cannot produce the finished good. So input is necessary, or needy, we can say, demand for any organization, and how we can control this inventory, how we can check this inventory is called inventory management and control. The inventory management and control is the amount of inventory and degree of control which depends upon the type of product which is providing by the company. It means what type of product you are producing, what type of manufacturing processes you are using, and how much volume you are going for the production. How much in how much volume you are producing your product. Either it is countable or non-countable, or we can say limited stock or not limited stock, unlimited stock you are producing. That comes under inventory management. Inventory management. Basically, inventory management involves the systematic approach to sourcing, storing, and selling inventories, both raw material or finished good. The goals is to ensure that inventory is always available when needed without excessive oversupply. It means inventory management is a systematic approach, okay, on which we are working for the sourcing, storing, and selling inventories. Both either it is a raw material components or either it is a finished good. So, how we will manage the inventory is called the inventory management. These are some components included in inventory management on which those components are helping in managing the inventories. Number one is demand forecasting. Demand forecasting means predicting future customer demand using historical data, market trends, and other analytical methods. Second is inventory planning. Here we are planning about the inventories, deciding how much inventory to keep on hand to meet expected demand without overstocking. Okay, forecasting हो गया, planning हो गया. Next is order management. In order management, we see that how to manage purchase orders for restocking inventories, including order quantities and timings. Next is inventory tracking, how we can track that how much material we have, or at what place we have stored what kind of material. So this is called inventory tracking using system like barcodes. You know that these when we go for the, suppose we are just take an example of Vishal Mega Mart. So we know that each and every product have some kind of barcode. Why we use this barcode? For the identification, for the tracking of the material. Next is RFID and inventory management softwares to monitor inventory level in a real time. Here we can easily find out um, where at what place we have this kind of product inventory, this kind of product inventory, appliances, or everything which is included. Suppose let's take an example of Vishal Mega Mart again. There are number of range of products are available in Vishal Mega Mart. Either it is daily use product, okay, either it is your domestic products, number of products, apparels, whether it's kids apparels, adult apparels, or everything is available in the Vishal Mega Mart. So how we can track the inventories? Through the barcodes. Okay. Next is inventory optimization. It is balancing inventory level to minimize cost while meeting customer demand, often using techniques like economic order quantity and just-in-time inventory. Here we are optimizing the overall inventory. Next topic is inventory control. Because we are reading inventory management and control, so next topic is inventory control. Inventory control is the process of managing and regulating the inventory that a business currently has in stock. This involves ensuring that the right amount of the inventory is available at the right time to meet customer demand while minimizing carrying cost and avoiding stocks. Inventory control says that it is a process of checking, assessing, monitoring, or assessment of each and every process which is going to held in inventory management, that we have to we have to ensure that we have a right amount of product at the right time at the right place, okay, so that we can fulfill the customer demand while minimizing the carrying cost. We have to reduce the carrying cost of these products and avoiding stock outs, which is out of the demand. We have to avoid these stock outs. Okay, now move towards what are the components of inventory control. So these are some components of our inventory control. So what are these components? These components, number one is stock level. Stock level means regularly reviewing and adjusting inventory levels to ensure optimal stock is maintained. Here we check or review and adjusting the inventories levels. Here we have to check that we have optimal stock is maintained or not. If we have, we can say our stock is about to finish. We have to inform our production unit to produce another stock for sale. Next is reorder point. Reorder means setting minimum inventory level that trigger automatic reordering to preventing stock outs. It means here we are minimizing the inventory levels that are triggering automatic reordering to prevent the stock outs. Next is ABC analysis. It means categorize inventories into three classes A, B, and C based on their values and turnover rates to prioritize management focus on the most important items. We have categorized our material in the three parts. Either it is A class material, either it is B class, or it is C class. On these, we can say categories, we can give some values and turnover rates to these products, or prioritizing our management focuses on most important item. Which one is the most important for selling, or which one is the most important as per the price. Next is cycle counting. Cycle counting means regularly counting a subset of inventory. Okay, we are counting each and every subset of inventory to ensure accuracy and identify discrepancies. It means we can say we are checking again and again, or we are checking the accuracy of our products, or we are identifying if the variations or discrepancies over here. So we have to remove these discrepancies, and the production counting, as per the counting, the it will be good or efficient or up to the mark. Suppose we have 10,000 products ready for the selling, so there should be proper 10,000 product would be there in particular stock, neither high, neither low, neither extra. Okay, next one is inventory turnover ratio. It means monitoring the rate at which inventory is sold. There is a rate where our inventory is sold and replaced over a time. If it is replacing, so which we have to store, which helps in undertaking understanding the efficiency of inventory management practices. If we have some extra amount of production, we have to save for a long period, or we if the things which has sold or replaced, we have to restore it another place. Next topic is what are the basic functions of effective management system. Number one, implement an inventory management system. Okay, this is a function in which what we do, use software solutions to automate and streamline inventory management tasks. Here, what we do, we have to go for another each and every solution for to automatic and streamline inventory management. Next is regular audits and cycle counts. Here, what we do, we will audit each and every cycle, and each audit, we will check each and every performance level, the perform regular physical count of inventory to ensure accuracy and identify issue early. Next is supplier relationship management. Develop a strong relationship with suppliers to ensure timely deliveries and negotiate favorable terms. Next is lean inventories. Lean inventories means to adopt lean principles to reduce waste and optimize inventory levels. Next one is continuous improvement. Continuous improvement means regularly review and refine inventories, management and control processes to adopt to changing market conditions and business needs. So basic functions are these functions, some of the techniques and tools of inventory management. What are the basic techniques and tools are using for effective management of the inventories? Okay, first of all, just in time. Just in time means we have to minimize the inventory by receiving goods only as they are needed in the production process. It means after the production process, we have to supply the product directly to the market, try to avoid for its storage. Okay, because it can create a storage cost. So that is called just in time inventories. Next is economic order quantity. Economic order quantity means calculate the optimal order quantity that minimize the total inventory cost. We have to save the inventories as that kind so that we can minimize the EOQ. EOQ means optimal, we can say economic order quantity. As you know that each and every unit have some kind of cost. Okay, so we have to try to reduce that particular cost so that we can efficiently manage the overall cost of the inventories. Next is perpetual inventory system. It means keeping continuous track of the inventory level and throughout automated system. By the help of automatic systems, we can easily find out which particular area need proper management of the inventories and keeping a continuous track of that particular area. Next is safety stock. What is safety stock? It means maintain extra inventory to safeguard against uncertainties in demand or supply. Suppose we can see some extra amount of products which we have to save in our organization for uncertainties. We don't know how much can we can say some of the things can stolen in between the supply, as we know that number of supply we can say suppliers who found that the product is lesser than you have sent, or some of has stolen in between the you can say the traveling, so or transporting. There are we can say any kind of certainty can happen. Either it can damage through the weather changes, or either it can go for the accident. So we have to think that can be certainty can occur, so we have to think these particular things in a mind, and we have some extra amount of products saved in the stock. If we need, we can uh, give that stock for the selling. Next is vendor managed inventories. It means allow supplier to manage inventories level and restore as needed. Here, supplier can easily manage the inventory as their own need. So that is called vendor management inventories. Now, another point. which we have to discuss is what is the benefits of IMC or inventory management and control. There are different benefits we can read for the inventory management and control, for on which purposes we have to apply inventory management and control in our inventory control paves for competitive ability. Inventory planning improves serial levels, service levels. Improvement, we can say, inventory planning and managing reduce storage cost. High inventory turnover bring revenues. You can utilize warehouse space better. Inventory control makes cost accounting activities easier. Inventory control is consisting with safety and economic advantages. What do you understand by the benefits of inventory management? It means inventory control paves for competitive ability. How can it gives the competitive ability? If your inventory management, your stock management is very good, it means you have created a good image in the mind of supplier. And if the supplier will discuss about your stock level in the market, it means the another uh, producer think that he has to establish that kind of we can say uh, stock management system, because you are up to the mark as per the demand of the market. You are totally fit and fine as per the customer demand. You are producing as per market culture, and you are producing as per demand. You are competing your competitors, so you can give a competitive ability to other suppliers, to other we can say producers or other organizations. You have a capacity to produce more, or you have a capacity to supply better to better product in the market, or you have uh, first uh, come first kind of thinking in your mind that you are the first person who supply the goods in the market. Next is inventory planning improves service level. Yes, inventory planning can improve your service levels. It means the person who are involving in the inventory management, that can improve your services, the services which you are giving to the customers, or you are satisfying your customer through your services, that can improve your service level. Okay, because you are up to the mark and you are satisfying your customer by the help of uh, by the satisfaction, or if you are attending your customer effectively, then you can improve your service level. Next one is inventory planning and management reducing storage cost, because as we have already read that inventory management, inventory planning and inventory scheduling is uh, we have done this scheduling and planning to reduce the cost, overall cost. As we have discussed, there are different kind of cost. Okay, how we can reduce these cost? By the help of proper managing the inventories, or there are a number of costs included. So these cost can affect the overall price of the product. Okay, because you can only earn by the customer. Okay, there is only one facility you have to earning, and that is customer. If you are giving on high cost, then customer will not purchase your product. So how will you reduce these costs? You have to go for the proper planning and management, and after these planning and management, you can reduce the storage cost. And then the storage cost is low, and you are you can supply your product in just in time format, then you can reduce all the cost of inventories. Next is High inventory turnover bring revenues. Now, what is this? It means when you have a proper inventory, okay, that brings the revenues because you are the first person, or can say a good organization as per the customer needed. So customer will try to approach uh, this kind of areas where he want or he can find that type of product. Okay, and after the discussion they will discuss with their friends, their colleagues, their we can say professional persons. Everywhere he will give you some feedbacks. Okay, and through the feedbacks we can easily up our revenues. Inventory turnover brings revenues. It means you are supplying more and more products in the market, and you can raise your turnover. Okay, you are capturing overall market, overall market in the organization, we can say. Suppose you are selling high quality mobile phones. So what we do, we are making you are making available your product in the market at the right time, at the right place, at the right prices. So your turnover, or you can say uh, your market capturing will be high, and that will affect to your overall turnover on your revenues. Next is you can utilize warehouse spare better space better. Yes, by the help of inventory management, your place where you have put your finished good, okay, it will you can maintain that place in a better manner. Okay, suppose you have a particular area to put 2000 cars, or you have a particular farmhouse to manage your warehouses. So you can utilize that particular place because the product is finished, or it will not you don't have a stock. You are just sending your product after the finished good is ready. So the we can say the carrying cost will be reduced because your area which you are utilizing is free every time. Only some of the products were there who are not selling. Otherwise, your product is ready and go for sale, ready and go for sale. It means they are not stopped in a warehouse for a long time. They are just making and sending, making and sending. It is ready to supply, ready to supply, and ready to supply. So you can utilize the proper warehouse space, and your cost of your warehouse space which you are giving, the rent of your warehouse can be reduced. Next is inventory control makes cost accounting activities easier. What does it mean? It means that you are making the overall inventory that can cost accounting activities easier, because you know how much product are selling, how much product are stock in stock, how much are supplied. So you have a proper maintained task of each and everything, and everything is properly managed data in your computers, so your cost accounting activities will be easier. Next is inventory control is consistent with safety and economic advantages. What does it mean? It means you are totally consistent with safety and your economic activities. It means uh, as how much cost you have involved in your inventory management, you are properly concerned for these costs. Okay, you are not wasting the money in each and every part of your production processes. Only the damages which you don't know can include and can cause the high cost. Otherwise, you are not responsible in each and every point because you are totally managed. And just because of these safety, of the raw material, whether it is safety of raw material, whether it is procurement safety, or we can say the safety of the overall products. Each and everything is properly managed, and you know the economic advantage of these inventory management and control. So it is our duty and responsibility that how we can reduce the overall cost of the organization by the help of inventory management. We can take an example of pharmaceutical companies that they have number of stocks of the medicines, number of stocks of the we can say injections, number of stocks of another pharmaceutical materials like glucose bottles or operational equipments and operational tools and techniques. So how can they manage their inventories? Suppose they have a number of very less area for stock management, so he has to maintain the stock as uh, that we can say this thing, keep in this mind that the product or the medicine can expire at the at that particular time, so we don't have a stock. We have to sell the product as fast as possible. So as per the to keep this thing in the mind, he will manage the things and he will supply the products in fast services or easy services, so that we can save our company, we can save our organization by the damages. And also we have to think or the environmental concern. We have to think that our particular area is not responsible for the pollution, not responsible for the wastages. So we have to work for waste management also, because green practices are also following in each and every organization. In we can say there are number of things practices are following. We have to think that we are a part of earth, and if we are wasting the natural resources, we can say we can harm our earth. So we have to think all each and every part of that particular inventory management. Now just take a revision of all the points which we have discussed today. These are you can say the overall maintenance management. What is maintenance management? You know very well, as I have discussed with you, to maintain the each and every material, each and every part of your organization, or we can say how to save your materials for a long time, your assets, each and everything comes in the maintenance management. Next one is these are some pictures in which you can see that how a person can manage their equipments, how a person can maintain their firm by the damages or upcoming, we can say, repairing work, predictive and productive measures. So these are the overall maintenance management. You can see these are the objectives of maintenance management as we have discussed. Uh, there are some uh, there are some functions of maintenance management. You can see, just take a simple revision of that. Next is what are the impact of poor maintenance on the person, on the, we can say, the employees or person who are working in the organization. What are the poor maintenance and how can we reduce the poor maintenance? What are the areas of maintenance where we can apply maintenance management, as we know that each and every part of the organization need maintenance management. This is civil maintenance. Civil maintenance includes all the this kind of things which is comes under the government, so we have to think over these things. Next one is mechanical maintenance. Mechanical maintenance means the regular inspection of services of each and every part of the machineries. Mechanical refers to the machineries. Next is electrical. Electrical maintenance refers to all the equipments which we can say which working by the help of electricity is called the electrical equipments. Next is what is information technology maintenance. It means there are those things which are made up of hardwares and softwares or comes under the computer system, that is information technologies. How we can easily maintain this IT maintenance. Next is these are the types of maintenance which we have covered today. These are breakdown maintenance and corrective maintenance, preventive maintenance, predictive maintenance, routine maintenance, plant maintenance, and productive maintenance. So, in detail, these are different types of maintenance. What are the requirements to maintain a good maintenance program? These are the steps of this, we can say, a program, how to maintain a proper program for the requirement. Next is this is a procedure by which we can create a proper maintenance program. Next one is what is maintenance planning and control, what is maintenance scheduling, the six principles of maintenance planning, the six key principle of maintenance management, the sixth principle of scheduling. Next point is inventory management. So basically, what did you understand about inventory management? What is inventory? Inventory is a proper management of your, yes, your warehouses or your raw material, your stores are called inventory management. This is the diagram which shows how an inventory management can work. This is another diagram which shows what is inventory and how to understand the working of the inventory. This is a proper space utilization of inventory management. These are the objectives of, we can say, a proper maintenance or inventory management. This is a inventory cost. Different kind of costs are involved. Next is inventory management and control. These are the functions of effective inventory management. These are the tools and techniques. These are the benefits.